Washington State University firing its head football coach Nick Rolovich and 4 other coaches because he refused to get the COVID vaccine. Along with the others, the state's COVID vaccine mandate for all state and education employees that went into effect yesterday.
Our panelists are standing by with reaction. Bruce LeVell, Crystal Knight, and Ryan Helfenbein. So some background here. Rolovich refused to get the COVID vaccine for private reasons, and in turn, he did lose his job. He released a statement saying in part, quote, "Well, I've made my own decision. I respect that every individual, including coaches, staff, and student athletes, can make his or her own decision regarding the COVID-19 vaccine. I will not comment further on my decision." All right, so I'm curious to get every panelist's take on this story here and similar headlines. Ryan, we'll start with you here. Should people lose their income because of their vaccination status?
Absolutely not. We're in dangerous territory in this country when freedom of conscience is being violated by very reasonable people with a reasonable thought process for why they personally do not want to get the vaccine. When you look at the salary of this coach, it's a very serious and it's indicative of a very serious situation that he would forego $3 million in salary along with his assistant coaches in order to make this stand. I think that when we think about the freedom in this country and where we are headed, we're looking at a total reversal of longstanding rights, constitutional rights, First Amendment, freedom of conscience, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. This is a serious violation. I don't think businesses should be putting people in jeopardy for this.
Crystal Knight, your thoughts on this whole this playing out, this coach being let go along with 4 other coaches being let go, this because they are refusing to get the vaccine in accordance with the team's in the state mandate?
Yes, they should lose their jobs because we're in the middle of a pandemic. And if people want to remain masked up and have, people fighting whether or not they should wear a mask or not, then people should not get vaccinated. But if people are serious about getting out of this pandemic, moving forward with life as we knew it pre-2020, then absolutely people who don't comply with these rules should lose their jobs. And so he wanted to be, and the others who've lost their jobs, they wanted to be made examples of. And if they're fighting for their personal and individual freedoms, they have every right to do that at home on the couch, not in a public environment where they are having to deal with people and where there's sweat being dripping from, players and coaches who are in a sports facility. And so they should absolutely lose their jobs.
We're sharing the story of the one coach, but it spans across a lot of industries. Teachers, doctors, police officers, they could also be facing the decision to either get vaccinated or lose your job. Bruce LeVell, your thoughts on the outcome of those decisions, whether or not they should keep it?
It's absolutely crazy. Listen, I have 13 employees and 2 are single moms with children, and I don't mandate. My colleagues who own car dealerships, my colleagues who own restaurants, bars, etc., we play golf together. Some have 20, 30, 40. One of my friends, I won't mention his name on TV, he has 120 employees. We have this conversation. We make our decisions. We say, hey, talk to your doctor, get a comfort level where you need to be. Let this natural progression take its course to, quote, remember the free market. It doesn't surprise me with big government, this, especially in the Biden administration, putting these type of, mandates on people. Because listen, here's something very interesting. You take the city of New York, 28% plus black Americans are vaccinated. So if you put mandates on top of, especially, in that particular case, think of all the people you're going to put out without a job. Think about the people who need to get to a comfort level where they want to take the vaccination. And remember, all of this stuff started way back when President Trump was trying to hurry and get all hands on deck to get a vaccination out here. Omar, Biden, Kamala, all of them came out on primetime network saying, I don't trust the president. This ball of confusion, like the song, ball of confusion created this big wave of people being doubt of where they should take it or not take it.
During the debate, Kamala Harris, if Donald Trump tells me to take it, I'm not taking it, verbatim. That started at that time. And you can imagine if he was still in office, where would that conversation go? I just want to play this because this is very similar. ESPN college football reporter Allison Williams quitting her job over that network's vaccine mandate. Here's the message she put on social media.
I am also so morally and ethically not aligned with this. And I've had to really dig deep and analyze my values and my morals. And ultimately, I need to put them first. And ultimately, I cannot put a paycheck over principle.
Roughly the same kind of situation there with the coach, and then you saw the reporter. Ryan, final thoughts.
Yeah, and by the way, in the context of this emotional explanation, she talks about pregnancy. So I think it's very important that people understand what she's talking about. It impacts a woman's health in a very intimate way. And this is why we need to have reasonable discussion about the rejection of these mandates, not being anti-vaccination. She even stated in that video, she's not anti-vaccination, she's anti-mandate. And for her and her health and for the consideration of her pregnancy, she did not want to take the mandate. So here we are right now having this conversation. It is a civil rights issue of epic proportions. We should never suspend our constitutional rights for this kind of emergency, which is a non-emergency.
All right, we got to leave it at that. Out of time. Thank you, panelists, for weighing in. Different opinions, we appreciate it. Bruce LeVell, Crystal Knight, Ryan Helfenbein.